Welcome back, everyone. It's Stray Faye with another episode of Cafe Enchante. In the last episode, it was a very massive chapter. All the happy moments we had with Il were very cute. Just Kotone teaching him how to do just basic chores, and then him like following her around like a baby bird, just desperate to be with her all the time. However, all that was eclipsed by the ending of chapter 2. I'm still kind of flabbergasted at how they just threw that at us at this end of the second chapter. So hopefully this will turn around, things will get better, but essentially Il has deleted his personality, and I guess in the next 2 chapters we're gonna be trying to get it back. Alright, anywho, now we're starting off with Miser's perspective. He was really, really mad. He was really mad when he saw Il on the ground with like that killer intent. That just further supports my Miser slash Il ship. But anyway, let's start. I, Miser Rex, met him about 15 years ago. At the time, it hadn't been long since I came to this shop. Enchante and the human world, I had only begun understanding various things. Back then, the only regulars at Enchante were myself and Canis. How did Grandpa get by? Only had 1 customer. Maybe he had more human customers. Maybe Canis kind of dispelled everyone else. Or so I thought. Oh, this is Grandpa. Miser, there's someone I want you to meet. During a time when Canis returned to Medio and vacated the shop, I was suddenly told this and basically forced by Swan to the front of a certain room. At his urging, I entered the room with him. The inside was lonely with no lights on. And he was there. On the bed. As though trying to protect his own body. With sheets all the way up to his head. There was a young man with eyes downward, or cast downwards. When I saw the wings of mixed white and black on his back sticking out from the sheet, I instantly understood what kind of being he was. An angel. No, a fallen angel? I sought an explanation from Swan, and he spoke with a difficult expression. In summary, shortly before I first came to the shop, he was found sitting in front of the gate. He was injured and unable to look the other way. Swan took him into his care. And for some reason, he had kept his existence hidden from myself and Canis until today. As you can see, no matter what I do or say, he doesn't respond at all. Demons and angels, they have the image of having some connection, right? At this rate, I don't see him recovering. However, as something like a demon, I figured you might be able to speak to him. What a silly reason. And to be exact, I'm not a demon, you know. However, in the end, I was forced by Swan to stand in front of the fallen angel, and I reluctantly tried speaking to him. Nice to meet you. Hey, Swan, he's not even moving. What am I supposed to do? You say that, but this is actually better than before. Until a short time ago, just getting near him would send him into a terrified state. I see. So this is why he didn't introduce Canis and I to him until now. I understand, but Sawan still shows no sign of letting me go, so I try speaking again. Alright, so what's your name? My name is Miser. His body shook slightly. However, he still didn't open his mouth. Do you not have a name? A nameless angel. And that hair color. Don't tell me you're the angel of judgment? As are rumors of him in the demon world? Oh, sorry for the late explanation. Normally, angels don't have emotions. If they gain emotions, they become fallen angels. Even I don't know that much. Also, in Caelm, there's the Angel of Judgment, a being known as the strongest of the weapons, serving as executioner of fallen angels. For some reason, while not outright hostile, as often told in the human world, angels have a strange dislike of demonkind, at least according to the rumors. I had been gathering such information so as to not be taken by surprise in the case of a sudden encounter. Anyway, back to the story. Oh. Oh, they made him chibi. Just a baby. Why would such a big shot be here? In surprise, I stooped down to peer into his hidden face. I was shocked. There was nothing in the expression of his face to manifest emotion. The only thing there was dark and clouded despair in his eyes. As I was bewildered, our gazes met. Then from his lips, I noticed a slight movement. What is this him speaking? What is love? Love? Tried to ask what he meant, but there was no reply. Afterwards, he only repeated this. Something like a broken doll would do. When I saw him like this, I couldn't help but feel pain in my chest. Can't quite describe it, but in the past, I too despaired. I rejected the state of human existence. My state at that time overlapped with him to a painful degree. So, without thinking, Swan, could you entrust him to me for a while? I had made such a proposal before I knew it. It was easy enough to say. But all that awaited me afterwards was difficulty and emptiness. No matter what me or Swan said or tried to care for him, his response was reliably zero. What is love? All he did was repeat these words. He's a fallen angel. He should have gained a heart. Yet no matter how much time passed, no emotion other than despair sprouted within him. As I repeated the same thing every day, even I started to give up. For a change of pace, I went out on the town, still racking my brain for a solution. Oh no. Just then I have in the past in front of a certain game shop. There There was a strangely flashy video playing on the advertisement TV, so I stopped without thinking. What was playing there was an otome game? I wonder what that even was, and I reached for a nearby flyer. A game played from the female perspective to enjoy romance with men. I normally have no interest at all in this and would immediately leave, but it's a genre dealing with love, the thing that the fallen angel is so fixated on. Those words evoke emotions, and the characters react with expression changes. My eyes freeze on that. It's possible that he doesn't even know how to show emotions with facial expressions. Well, might be a decent reference. On such a casual whim, I decided to buy the game with the console and gift it to him. Anyway, I'll leave it here. You operate it just as I explained. Try playing it if you feel like it. Although getting him to pick it up would be the biggest problem. Night was approaching, so I did the bare minimum setup and explanation before leaving the room. Oh no. So is this what happens when you have like a broken AI and you just feed it otome games? Command confirmed. Language analysis executing. You get ill. Thank you. Because of you, I was able to learn true love. Love? This man, he learned it in such short time? Commencing calculation. Error. Altering data acquisition priority. Quantifying this man's various statuses. Observing trends. Commencing calculation. Calculation complete. Conformity ratio 87%. Copying personality data complete. Repeating calculations to increase precision level. The next morning, at the same time, I was stifling a yawn and walked into the shop. What? An unprecedented— oh, that's from Grandpa. What? An unprecedented shout of astonishment from Swan echoed out. Thinking something happened, I rushed into the shop and was dumbfounded. Oh, he's singing. There, humming a tune and sitting at the counter with the game console in hand, was the fallen angel. It was shocking enough for him to have come out of his room, and yet... Oh, good morning. As I stood there dumbfounded, he faced me and gave me a graceful greeting. What? What's going on here? That's my line. He was sitting here like it's normal when I got here this morning. Wait, I don't know who's talking. Is it Grandpa or Miser? You're the one who saw him last yesterday. Did you do something to him? I didn't really do... Wait, let me see that. I snatched away the game console he was holding and peered at the screen of Swan. Thank you very much. This is the item I was searching for. To think you would find such a rare item for me. There. Oh, okay, it's a mysterious man. from the otome game. I saw the figure of a man with the exact same smile that the fallen angel before my eyes was making. You're kidding. I had a bad feeling as he turned to face us as we gushed cold sweat. Nice to meet you. I am Il Fado de Rie. Fallen Angel stated his name with a smile. That moment, I cursed my yesterday self for acting so carelessly. That's right. The Otome game I gave him was a story of a man and a woman realizing their love. The thing he sought the most was love, and he saw that character obtain it. Thus he had a misunderstanding that if he became the same being, he could also know love. And in the span of only one night, he copied that personality. Back to Kutoni's perspective. I mean, I feel like he did gain emotions, because even though he was copying a character, he did feel pain from, like, slaying those fallen angels, which he said, like, those weren't the emotions he wanted. Like, I don't think Il is just, like, completely an unfeeling AI. And anyway, in the end, he never developed naturally and was anchored into a fictional personality. That's the being known as Il you've interacted with to this day, his true identity. It's a pretty old game, so I was sure nobody around would realize it, but who'd have thought that it would get a remake now of all times, and then be used against us like this? As Miser spoke in a self-deprecating way, all we could do as we sat in our seats was answer with silence. In the corner of the shop, with pure white wings. Oh, his wings are white. And his eyes lacking any light in them, focusing on nothing. An angel with a face expressing no emotion, who lost his heart. Il sits absent-mindedly in a chair. This was in the story just now, but fallen angels seem to be those who obtain emotions by some reason or another. As a result, are treated as criminals. Oh my god. Getting tangled in all my wires. In that case, does that mean Il had real emotions? With my question, Miser shows incomplete agreement. Probably, but not for sure. How much was imitation and how much was his own emotions? He was like partly fallen, right? Like his wings weren't totally black like the other fallen angels. They're just black at the tips. That's something that in the end we never figured out and ended up in this situation. There's only one thing for certain. Il was fixated on the emotion of love to an abnormal degree and wanted to know it. And Il was attached to Otome games with that as a basis. He was collecting data on emotions. All of his actions were for the sake of understanding love. Miser feebly agrees with "that's right" and then does an about face. Even if the inside was fake, Il was still trying in his own way to find the answer. He clenches his fists, and I can tell without looking at his face that he's quietly boiling inside with anger. The target of that rage is unmistakable, the one who opposed us, of the same race as Il. It's towards the angel Solitus. We got a definition. Solitus, a young man who worked as Mikado's assistant. His true identity was an angel targeting Il, sent from the heavenly world He called himself the Apostle of the Oracle. I can't believe, like, I still can't believe we have another character introduced this late in the game, and he's just a whole flippin' angel hiding as Mikado's assistant. I mean, I guess I kind of knew there was something wrong with the assistant, but I just kind of, like, pushed it off, and then, like, yeah, as he started getting more and more lines in this route, I'm like, something's wrong. Yeah, he's been with us, like, the whole time. I don't really get what it feels like to be emotionless. But if that was the reason Il seemed to be lacking in so many ways, I can see why. Inability to read the mood or true meaning behind words. Not understanding delicate feelings like sadness. That must be the reason.
And knowing Il's past, you tried to protect him. You were overprotective beyond any of us.
I feel bad for hiding the truth from you, but I just couldn't say it. After all, I didn't know what could cause the heart and personality he gained to disintegrate into nothing. Suddenly, Karya makes a painful face. I heard he abandoned his whole personality. Then, what will happen to Il now? Did he really turn into just a puppet? Can he smile? Or even talk about anything? My heart freezes. He won't smile anymore. Il? The one who would smile so much every day? I just can't believe it, so I hurriedly walk over to Il. Il? This is all just a joke, right? Oh, I know. There's a bunch of things I wanted you to help with today, so... The words I was desperately stringing together aren't even noticed by Il with an inorganic face. Il? All I can make are hoarse voices, and next to me... Ignis. He hasn't said anything for a while. Ignis stands up forcefully and violently grabs Il by the collar and pulls him up. An imitation? Emotionless? Don't screw with us! What the hell are you doing with that dumb look? Quit your shitty acting and answer her! And aren't you mad with that bastard over there saying whatever he wants about you? I thought you quit being such a shut-in loser. Were you lying when you came to me asking how you could help Katone? Of course not, right? Come on, say something!
Ignis, enough.
Damn it! Canis calls his name in a warning way, and Ignis lets go of Il's collar. As though thrown down, Il falls back into his chair. His arms forcefully swing down and shake like he didn't stop the impact. I'm sorry, Il. If I didn't try to flee from Il at the time, this might not have happened. Sadness and despair dominate my heart. Also, for not trusting him. I'm only angry and regretful at myself. Alright, got a third definition for Il Fado de Rien. His true identity is that he is the strongest weapon of the heavenly world Caelm, the angel of judgment and executioner of fallen angels. Originally, like the other angels, he had no emotions. After his fall, he imitated the personality and the name of a character appearing in an otome game. Sorry, I'm gonna stay away from Enchante for a while. After his brief explanation, saying only this, Miser departs looking haggard, but nobody can even try to stop him. Rindo, after seeing him off with mixed feelings, with a face just as heavy as Miser's, tries to give me an encouraging smile. It might be difficult anytime soon, but it may be best for you to run your business as you did until now. Because by some unexpected chance, Il's personality and emotions could come back. With such final words of consideration, Rindo returned to the GPM. According to later contact from him, after that incident, it seems the disappearances suddenly stopped. Why were they, like, abducting humans? Are we gonna find that out? The GPM cleared their suspicions of Il for the time being, searching for the Angel's goal and the abducted people. And it also seems to be conducting an inquiry into Mikado, who was the one to hire Solitis as his assistant. As for us during that time... Il? Can you stand up? Oh, he obeys. I grasp his hands and gently prompt him on, and he stands up to match my movement. Then, 1 step, 2 steps. We walk as I hold his arm so he doesn't fall. As though copying me, he follows along, albeit slowly. It seems if I give him instructions or guide him, he can at least move around. By some unexpected chance, his personality could return, huh? I feel like I could break at any moment, but that possibility is the one thing barely holding me together. Oh! Right! We should try talking to the others. Things like old memories, it could have some effect. This is hard. Actually try talking to Kari. It has like an unexpected, like, softness towards Il. For helping him complete his math homework. Probably might have to just talk with everyone, I don't know. Karia, so... there you were. Yeah. When I'm in the shop, it reminds me of that time. Always just hanging out outside. It's hard for everyone to work. Jeez. I couldn't do anything. Even though I was there. Even though I saw and heard everything. I was trembling. All I could do was what I was told to do. That's wrong. I was the one who could do nothing. You did everything you needed to do for us. You followed Miser's instructions and managed to open the gate, right? If it wasn't for you, Il would have been taken away by Solitis. But... when Karya sees Il's state, his voice trembles. It's a crime to have emotions? What's that supposed to mean? I don't get it. That's too unfair. Soon after getting back to the shop, Canis tells me he needs to return to Medio for some time to report this incident, and I see him off. Several days passed. As the owner, I did my best to act strong, but in a corner of the shop, every time the sight of him hanging his head enters my view, the emptiness inside me grows. Then, a certain lively guest visited from the gate. Now it's just Dromi, hi.
Yo, 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 I'm here to visit.
Hey, ill. You ill?
Ah, I wasn't making a bad joke just now, alright? It just slipped out.
He cheerfully enters from the gate, doesn't notice Ignis giving him a dirty look, and starts looking around the shop.
There you are. Jeez, it's hard to find you if you sit in the corner like that.
Wait a minute! Dromi, right now, ill is... Dromi doesn't know the situation, but my restraint doesn't reach him in time. He starts speed-walking towards ill, and...
Ah!
Right before, Ignis grabs Dromi by the collar, or more literally, by the neck, and drags him to a stop. What do you want, stupid tiger? We've got enough trouble to deal with right now. If you want to eat, go eat some ice over there. Wait, some ice?
That's not it. I just said I have business with Ill right now.
What kind of business?
Back in Bestia, near our turf, there's a huge number of angels.
What? That is a big what? What? Dromi, what do you mean? Angels in Bestia?
Well, I just happened to run into them and secretly watched them for a while. They were just staring into the huge hole that opened up in the sky near our turf. Anyway, I was wondering why angels would even be in Bestia. But they wouldn't leave that spot no matter how much time passed. And they weren't like ill and seemed scared, so everyone's on edge. So I figured I'd ask Il to come along as a fellow angel and get them to leave.
That's really weird. We have not really seen any angel sightings. So the fact that there's wormholes in Bestia that the angels are kind of loitering around, kind of answers a lot. Angels went to Bestia with this timing? Right? Doesn't seem like a coincidence. Did they have another goal besides taking Il back? From Dromi's story, doesn't sound like they were simply sucked into a wormhole. Solitus had infiltrated GPM. Could they have used one of their fixed wormholes to go to Bestia?
I don't know what you're talking about. By the way. Sounded like they were muttering things like experiment. Also, influence here. Final stage.
I wonder why. I have a strangely bad feeling. Seems like the angels have conflict with Bestia, so I doubt they would want to go there for a visit. Kinda odd that they didn't pop up in Ignis's route, honestly, but... Obviously, Dromi was using the wormholes that were popping up at that time, so, And they were looking into a wormhole. After thinking for a while, I walk over to Il. Il, Could this have something to do with them breaking your emotions? As expected, you won't answer. The laugh I put all the effort into making trembles into a pathetic degree. Don't cry. Don't grieve. As the one who pushed him to this point, I don't have the right. If I have time to get depressed, I should put that effort into getting him back to normal. But the only thing that changes is the time passing by in vain. That day, too, after everyone left the shop, I continued talking about things to Il. So anyway, right after Grandpa took me into his care when I was little, he said, "I don't know what girls like. Just choose whatever you like from these." And he bought a mountain of picture books for me. Pretty rough, right? But one of them, even though I was still really young, I could tell one had such a wonderful story. There was a time when I obsessively read it. I think you would like it too, Il. But I wonder where I stored it. I know. Here, look at this magazine article. They say a new Otome game is coming out. I was thinking about playing again. I ended up not finishing that game after all. So, this time, let's go through it together. And talk about our thoughts. I've been repeating this same thing for the last several days. Like I'm desperately clinging to it. But no matter how many times I talk to Il, he has never answered, not even once. You. Thanks. Sorry for worrying you, Kororo. This is no good for me. If I let down my guard, I'm liable to collapse, no matter what I'm doing. But sadness, wishing to return to before. I'm the only one between us who holds such feelings. If this is really what emotions are, if it evokes such agony within me, this individual chooses to abandon everything. Seeing how Il shouted that, he might have actually desired this state. In that case, what should I do? At the quiet sound of the doorbell, I looked towards the gate with Kororo. And from there... Hey, it's been a while. After several days, Miser appears with an awkward smile. After sitting Il down by the window, Miser leads me out to the backyard. I heard this was the place where Il first succeeded in helping, right? Huh? Oh yeah. It was an unexpected topic, but it's true, so I nodded right away. I see. You weren't at the shop at the time, right? Yeah,
To be honest, it was regrettable. I wanted to see that sight if possible.
While saying this, he looks up at the sky with a sorrowful face. The cause of that sorrow is unmistakably. You actually cherished Il a lot, don't you, Miser? Like he's real family. Like a little brother. When I mumble this, Miser gives me a surprised look. Then,
yeah, you might be right about that.
At first, it was sympathy from the crisis of self. Then, a sense of guilt for the false personality. But, in the end,
as a friend, as family, as an associate, at Enchante, I wanted to protect Il.
Wanted to protect. Flipping that around, Miser must regret failing to protect him. Miser! As I hesitated about what to say to him, he takes a breath and smiles.
To tell the truth, about his first time helping you, I mentioned, Il actually reported that to me.
What? After helping, right when Miser returned to Enchante. Please listen, Miser. I managed to help Kotone for the first time, and she said I'm like a human, and that she likes my smile. Miser gently speaks about it, saying he seemed truly happy. That much. Il was happy about what I told him.
It's true that Il's personality was distorted, and that it was false, yet back then, was the smile that Il showed you really a fake? Did he really resemble that character?
No. The moment I remember that smile. Oh. The tears I was holding back until now all come spilling from my eyes at once. Why did I doubt him at that time, even for a moment? Such a wonderful smile. Can never be copied. It can never just be an act. It was like he wanted to tell me thank you with everything he had, with that beautiful smile.
I see. Then I'm sure, well, he didn't realize it himself. That was Il's true smile.
If what Miser said is true, I would be really happy. However, but realizing that now is too late. Il's heart is no longer. Oh, I'm guessing that's Cadus from the footstep.
It's not like you two to give up so easily. A means still remains.
Canis? He's in his battle armor.
It's been some time. I just returned from Medio.
Yeah. But what did you mean just now? There's still a means.
Exactly as I said. After speaking of this incident in detail, Titania sent me with a message. It seems she peered into Ill's mind out of curiosity when you last visited Medio.
Such a tragic thing to happen. It seems my unpleasant premonition was right. With such a birth, his mind was steeped in darkness to a frightening degree. However, it's still too soon to despair.
What?
You could say there's a connection between a presence of emotions and a presence of mind. If he was truly a puppet with no contents, he would not be a living being, and it wouldn't even be possible to peer into his mind. In other words, ill and angels have a mind to accept emotions. Therefore, a soul should exist within them. Right now, most likely, either the contents have been sealed off or have been sucked out.
Then...
Yes, by some means, if the stolen emotions and memories could be sent back into the soul, remaining within his body.
After hearing the story, me and Miser look at each other. In other words, there is still a chance of his emotions coming back. I see. The nature of angels. We still have no understanding of that. So of course we'd have no idea how to get them back.
Indeed. That's why I said, a means still remains.
Then we need to learn more about Ill and angels.
Yes. For that, the unknown world, the heavenly world Caelm, Ill's homeland, is where we must head.
What should we do? Is the look I give them. But without hesitation, the answer is long settled. I nearly trip over myself rushing back to the shop. I tightly grasp Ill's strengthless hand as he sits by the window. I'm sorry, Ill. This is for my ego. You can resent me for it, but still. I just can't give up on your smile. Two days later, after explaining to Ignis, Rindo, and everyone else, we were thoroughly prepared and are set to head to Caelm in the early morning. Wow, already? I mean, I guess not already. We're in chapter 3. We have yet to see this world, but yeah, that was some quick preparations. Wonder what we're gonna see there. In my right hand, I securely grasp Ill's hand. He still doesn't grasp back, but with this single hope in sight, his chilled body seems just a little bit warmer. While I'm there, Rindo, who's staying in the human world to handle business, as well as Karya and Koro, come up to me. So you're really going? The angels are hostile to you. You'll run into danger for certain, you know. Yeah, I know that. I'll just get in the way, but I want to. Help as much as I can to take back Ill's broken heart. I see, Rindo says with a smile and doesn't try anymore to stop me. Leave stuff over here to us, and definitely come back together with the usual Ill. Q!
Yeah. Next to me, as I nod to Karya, in front of the gate, everyone who will be accompanying me is assembled.
The heavenly world, huh? Were there any records saying that it has no substance?
Oh wait, like we're just gonna go into the void or something?
Like the moment we step in, we plummet above the clouds. Give me a break from Brad jokes like that.
Oh. Who knows? Those are just things Rendo randomly wrote to try to convince us to stop. In reality, it could all be exactly wrong.
Regardless of the type of world, battle with angels will be unavoidable. Steel yourselves beforehand.
Ha! Bring it on! I was left outside last time, so I'm going all out this time. What's with you? Why are you laughing?
It's nothing. I was just happy for your words. Till you heard about this. I don't know that guy, is all you would say. Wait, Ignis, you were saying things like that?
Shut up! That time was, you know, I was really pissed off too.
Including Ignis's flustered excuses, everyone seems to be full of hope. Even Visor has totally gone back to normal. I smile at Il standing next to me. Look, Il! Everyone's lending their strength for your smile. While it may be a bit different in meaning from what you sought to learn, you are seen as important and loved by everyone, you know? I guide Il's hand to the doorknob. I place my palm over his and slowly push it open. I step into a world of light. After passing through the gate, at first, I'm surprised by the dark space, but quickly realize it's indoors. Relying on the little light, we head outside. Turning around to look all around us. Oh wait. It's a wooden ship. Huh. A wrecked ship? But this is dry land. Why is this here? If this is like Bible land, is this supposed to be like Noah's Ark or something? It's huge! The gate was in this, right? Miser? You're staring at the ship. What's wrong? Oh, nothing. I sensed a powerful barrier. It was probably hiding in here when he got kicked out for a time by Sawan. Ah, I see. Seemed like Il was being pursued by Solitis and them after all. That would be scary. You got kicked out of the cafe. You had to hide for like however many months or years until Katone took over the shop. While being hunted. According to Miser, once you discovered this, or used the gate inside, it would be pretty easy to find afterwards. But on the other hand, it's set up for the area's existence to be hidden from anyone who isn't aware of it. We gain distance from it, the space would hide itself. Even if a battle occurred, it should be fine. In that case, it seemed like the perfect hiding place.
All alone in that dark place, huh? I'm sure Il felt lonely. As I was thinking this, Canis suddenly let out a groan. What's wrong?
Sorry for the shock. Strength suddenly left my body. It seems I have poor affinity with the heavenly world.
That's kind of odd. Didn't, like, Il have, like, a good affinity with Medio? He's just like, oh. He's just, like, taking in the spirit energy. He's like, oh, just kind of flowery. Thought maybe Canis would do fine here in reverse, but I guess not. Wait, that's... like Ignis and Medio. And like how Il gets weakened by the environment of Bestia?
Indeed, but it's strange. Plants, water, with a decent amount of natural things to bless me, my strength seldom ever falls at all.
What does this mean? I see Canis looking around, so I also start looking around at the surroundings. Well, I guess I'll be a little bit worried that we don't have our powerhouse Canis in this world. What? A side I never imagined expands out. The sound of ringing from my footsteps is hard. The open space continuing out before my eyes is a beautiful yet cold path. At regular intervals, pillars serving unknown purposes are lined up along it. It definitely seems like pretty futuristic. In the distance, while beautiful, I see multiple giant structures seemingly balancing while ignoring gravity and physics. Okay, so there's like other buildings in the distance. This is the heavenly world Caelm? Alright, heavenly world Caelm. Got a little opening sequence.
Now I see. This environment would naturally weaken me.
Yeah, I don't smell any plants at all. It's mostly... oh, completely artificial.
The heavenly world Caelm, filled with mystery. This seemed like rather sterile. Sterile, as they put it. Its true character is out of a world where divinity and science fuse together. I want to be shocked, as it's completely different from the image in my head, but I know, like, not just fluffy clouds and angels playing on harps.
Anyway, we don't have time to stand around gawking. Let's try heading somewhere.
We're here for a way to restore Il's emotions. As we walk around and survey the distance, looking for a place that may have clues. Is that... a tower? It also has a bunch of... I just noticed. It has like pipe organs. And its presence is different from the other structures. Even from a distance, it looks enormous. The beautiful yet inorganic tower stands tall, extending far into the heavens.
Doesn't seem pretty obvious there's something there.
We have no other clues at present anyway. We should go take a closer look.
Yeah, I got it. Let's go, Il. Probably also very dangerous what we're doing. Like, there's gonna be probably like a ton of angels here, right? After several hours with some breaks in between, we walked quite a long distance. We moved far enough that the ship with the gate is completely out of sight. Seems like we're closer to the tower in the distance, but also like we're not. I don't know how big it actually is, so I can't get any sense of distance. What? As I'm thinking, my right hand is pulled and my walking is forcibly stopped. No, it wasn't quite a pull. The person whose hand I'm holding suddenly stopped in place. I think this and look behind me. Il? What's going on? There I see Il, who seemed to have stopped by his own will. Huh? Il? Everyone else seems to notice the abnormality in looking at him left behind. During this confusion... A solemn tone of musical instruments seems to echo from the distance. The moment we hear it, the Il filled with nothing until now. Oh. Slowly raises his head. Are we in danger? After his eyes with no light in them catch sight of us, he begins to speak. Commencing analysis of surrounding life forms. Organism codes match no administrative individual. Neither angels nor fallen angels. Determined as intruders from another world. Accordingly. Hereafter. Commencing judgment of foreign invaders, threatening the peace of heavenly world Caelm. A sound of wind. By the time I realized what it meant, light was filling my field of vision. But my body doesn't hurt. Are you injured? No, I'm fine. Miser is standing in front as though shielding me, and the magic circle that he seems to be using as a shield is cracked. What about the others? Something like that won't work on us. But still he...
Yes, indeed. It would have been strange for us not to consider a situation like this.
That's right. If he was a weapon, it would be natural for him to eliminate invaders. Everyone looks into the sky. Flying high in the air is the Angel of Judgment with pure white wings. His chilling eyes, enough to make me shiver, look down upon us as foreign enemies. Here it comes! The moment Ignis shouts. Fire. It was literally a rain of light. Countless arrows of light falling from the sky are no divine blessings, but a calamity as they pour down onto us. What? This is way too much so suddenly! Ignis sprints to dodge at high speed, and Canis uses his sword to barely repel the arrows. The spells are fast! He's not showing any mercy! Don't move from behind me! Yeah! Miser shouts while he doesn't look back, and each time his magic circle breaks, he creates a new one to hold the defense. However, there's a limit to this. Gradually, Il starts to gain dominance. At the same time as deploying a large magic circle, Miser turns to look at me once. Yeah, I don't think Ill wants to hurt any of us either. I have a feeling that what he wanted to say, and that's what he wanted to say, and upon seeing me, gives me a nod of determination. Miser immediately calls to Ignis and Canis. Both of you, let's do a counterattack. But of course, don't overdo it. Guess I can't help it. What a seriously bothersome guy.
Leave that front to us.
With Miser's order as a signal, the two leap high up. They close in on Ill from the front and back. This is my chance to see if hitting you will wake you up. Better clench your teeth, Ill.
Forgive us.
However,
Deploy barrier.
what? In a single moment, walls of light suddenly appear and stop their two attacks. Unable to fly as the two of them fall, Ill sends out new arrows. Block them! The magic circles created by Miser shield the two as they fall, but they are unable to endure more and shatter. The two frontliners manage to land, and Miser supports them from the rear. But there's no time for rest.
Estimating maximum movement speed of Ignis Carbunculus. Concurrently measuring endurance level of Canis Espada. Complete. Increasing projectile speed. Adding divine blessings for defense penetration.
Get! They couldn't totally stop it this time. The arrows of light managed to cut into the bodies of Ignis and Canis.
Ignis, we must regroup.
Canis endures the pain, and while he once more starts cutting down arrows, for both defense and sight obscuring, Ignis starts raising a tall wall of flame. Are you two injured? Don't say stupid things. This is barely a flesh wound. Also, what was that just now? The power of those arrows suddenly changed.
Could he have changed their effectiveness to correspond with our abilities?
As though to affirm Canis' guess.
Fall.
Oh! Several giant pillars of light came down from the heavens, piercing the wall of flame. Oh, Ill is mega powered up in his own world. We're screwed. Wait, what? This is seriously way too fast! Seeming to think the defenses wouldn't hold, Miser hurriedly thrusts his hand out and shattered fragments of magic circles gathered. They become lightning and fly at the pillars of light. With an immense roar and shake, the powers offset each other. Against wide areas of light arrows, explosions. Against pillars of light, purple lightning. Chains of light tangle with chains of darkness. Giant halos appear and surround us, but are pierced by dark spears. Every form of magic that Ill unleashes is countered by a different magic attack. I think Miser's gonna be a holdout. Miser's the only one who can stand toe to toe, but he's not in his element.
Gah! He seriously has the same firepower as me? An angel and a demon king. Arch enemies, as known in the human world, are having a battle just like the legends would tell of. Darkness and light crash against each other in the sky countless times and shake the world itself. I'm doing my utmost to stay my trembling legs and remain standing to not break Miser's focus. At the same time, in a place a little ways away, the two frontliners.
Is this the true power of ill?
He was always in more of a support role after all. As though to further show his true power, Ill soars even higher. He fixes his gaze down on Miser, who's been managing to offset his attacks. Concluding, all simple forms of attack will be neutralized or offset. Threat level maximum. Searching for the most effective spell against Miser Rex. Hit. Requesting approval for use of large-scale destruction spell. Rank 2, Cherubim. And supply of spirit energy required. Request granted. Commencing convergence. From even higher in the sky, silver-colored light rains down onto Ill, and it's absorbed into his body. Around him, several enormous circles of light appear and begin to stack upon each other. Even I, a total amateur with no knowledge of this, can instinctively tell how dangerous that light is. Miser crosses his arms and a dome-shaped barrier covers us. Miser, can you actually stop that? To be honest, it's iffy. There's no running from that spell, so the only option is to ward it off. Also, I just remembered, but Ill was actually weakened before because of his fall.
I see. Caelm was Ill's homeland. In other words, he can gain full power. And now that Ill has returned to his original form,
He's ridiculously dangerous! A drop of cold sweat drips down his face from the bomb blast of that. Glaringly bright light starts to illuminate the area. Target area locked. May my song carry out judgment here. Are we dead? Ill said. Ill shouted so desperately that he didn't want to kill any more. Yet at this rate, he even threatens his cherished friends. Before I can shout this out. Whoa there, I won't let you do that! Who's this? Ho! Lively young man! It's a fallen angel, why is he so handsome? What voice should I give him? Well, he's pretty buff. I think I might just pitch shift my Ignis voice.
Now then, keep quiet for a while with this. Oh so great angel of judgment.
A man with jet black wings suddenly appears and throws ash-colored light towards Ill's back. The moment it hits him, for some reason, Ill's movement stops completely. Using this opportunity, the mysterious man descends to us. Who are you?
Sorry, young lady. Let's save introductions for later. Everyone gather around me! There's no way to stop Cherubim from firing. We need to withdraw from here.
No time for doubt. We have no other choice. We should follow his instructions.
As told, we all moved near the man who suddenly appeared.
Teleports aren't my forte, but I've got no choice. Everyone, don't bite your tongue.
The moment it feels like my feet float off the ground, my field of vision goes white. What? Within the space of less than a second, I've moved to a road I've never seen. There's no doubt it's still in Caelm, but the scenery is much different than before. It just, honestly, it just looks like a mirror image. Woo! Was that a spatial teleport?
Yeah, there's a limit to the distance, but as long as it's in the same world. With a special Rosario, you can place a pointer and cast a spell on it. You can return to it at any time.
Rosario, a pointer and marker used for navigation and teleportation through space-time by angels. However, Il fled the heavenly world without a Rosario, so he is unable to use teleportation. Well, that rip Il. He just used the cafe gate. Back during the attack, when the fallen angels appeared in the shop, that bastard Solitis must have left those beforehand. Oh god. I have like two characters with like the same voice, just like different modulations. It's gonna destroy my throat.
I don't know what you're talking about, but... Still, you got lucky. If I wasn't nearby, you'd be nothing but dust by now, you know?
The man gives us a big, cheerful smile. Well, I like him already. Perhaps because that cheer reduced his vigilance, Canis speaks up to learn his identity.
Thank you for your assistance. However, who are...
Who am I? I'd ask you the same thing. Oh, whoops. This is gonna get confusing.
Who am I? I'd like to ask you the same thing. But still, there's no doubt you should be thankful to me, see?
Huh? As he says this, he points with his finger. Beyond the clouds, barely in sight, is an enormous space floating in the sky. Oh, Il's still there. Maybe it's an effect of the magic. Il's inorganic singing voice resounds loudly even to hear. Likely the area where we were until a moment ago. Oh. Hello. We witness an enormous bombardment of light fall from the heavens and annihilate it without a trace. Cherubim, that's the spell he casts on us. The second strongest attack spell in the heavenly world, used only by higher beings. A cannon of light fires from the heavens, annihilating an area tens of kilometers wide without a trace. In the human world, this is said to be a class of angel. This is said to be a class of angel. The second highest rank. Like the spell itself is like a class of angel. Well, good thing we weren't there. I mean, we are grateful. We were teleported away from that when things were getting very sticky.
Whoa, he really showed off again this time. He probably blew away other angels patrolling that area too.
No way! It isn't a weapon. But that naive thought is meaningless with the sight before my eyes. Even though I didn't want to, I see the meaning and nature behind Il's creation. All the other regulars can't swallow it either. Whether knowingly or unknowingly.
Whoops. This is no time for standing around watching. I need to mask our presence with jamming.
It's jam. Blueberry flavored. Just think of Spaceballs. The man claps his hands again, and ash-colored light glows around the area as though covering us. For a while after that, we gaze in the direction of the bombardment of light. Who dis? Unpleasant may be the expression for this. Oh, it's you. Alright, so light us.
Much like before, jamming was used yet again to block the connection, it seems.
Jamming originally means obstruction of energy waves necessary for lasers or communications. It can restrict the movement of angels, hide one's presence, and more, making it a fairly all-purpose type of magic. This really is kind of like a futuristic world. That's exactly what you think of when you think of heaven.
Regardless, welcome back, Apostle of Judgment. God will likely be overjoyed by your return as well. Let us go. God wishes to see you directly, and seeks your participation in the plan.
Il still has no words to say on his own. Il, who had stopped in the sky, is led along by Solitis, and they vanish into the distance. Il!
Whoa, that's the Apostle of the Oracle! Another dangerous one showed up.
Apostle of the Oracle? That reminds me, Solitis called himself that before.
Yeah, the most powerful angels directly under God are apostles, and among them, the Apostle of the Oracle is the second most powerful angel, after the Angel of Judgment. He's God's right hand. You could call him a strategist.
The man who saved us hits his fists together, as I was saying, that's enough.
Right now it's more important to hide. While nothing like an apostle, it would be troublesome to be found by regular angels.
The man stomps his foot on the floor, and when there's nothing, the floor cracks open and a staircase leading underground appears.
I invite you to our hideout. Let's go.
With his words, we all look at each other. Guess we're already friends. I guess we have a similar enemy. He's like, oh, you're not so bad. We should endure it for now. We need to come up with a plan to save Il.
Indeed. Fighting blindly would accomplish nothing.
Katone, I'm sure you don't want to watch any more bloodshed either. Yeah. I held back my urge to go chasing after Il right now and nod. Just then.
You know, I helped you out on Reflex, but now that I think about it, who exactly are you? I can tell you aren't angels, at least. You're holding off the Angel of Judgment himself, so you must not be ordinary.
Oh, what should I do? I don't know his position, so how should I answer?
Well, whatever. At the very least, there's no harm to us in helping the enemy of our enemy.
That's exactly what I figured that he helped us. It's like, you guys aren't so bad, like, you're getting attacked by this angel that's trying to eradicate us all, so I'll help you too. Saying this without hesitation, he starts walking down the stairs underground.
Oh, also, This sector is pretty high up. Be careful not to slip and fall, alright?
Prompted by him, I turn around to look, and below the stairs I see... Ooh. A flying citadel. In the center stands an enormous tower piercing the heavens. Among various structures floating in the air. And likely angels flying around past them here and there. It's beautiful. However, at the same time, this divine and grand floating world feels cold. To be sure, there's no mistake that it's appropriate to call this the heavenly world. Oh boy. Okay, we're guided to a dimly lit space. I feel like we've seen this before. I want to say we've seen this before in like Ill's memories, but it was dark. It's much like a laboratory that would appear in a science fiction movie.
Whoa, we finally relax. Hey, I'm back, you guys.
The man raises his voice at multiple people. No. Oh, fallen angel A. It just grunts. Welcome back. We're glad to see you're back safe again. Did you secure any new fallen angels? Fallen angels come rushing over happily. After chiding with them a bit, the man turns back towards us.
Sorry my friends are so loud. Anyway, I'll introduce myself first. I'm Epilogue.
Oh, finally we got a name. Actually, I think I remember seeing his name in the credits. I just kind of glossed over it, but it was like a character that we haven't seen yet. But here he is. I guess he was in Ill's route the whole time. Also, he's very handsome. I kind of want to date him.
I lead and give shelter to fallen angels who have gained emotions and would otherwise see judgment as their fate. Well, to put it simply, I'm the leader of the fallen angels.
Epilogue bows respectfully. Epilogue. A young fallen angel sentenced to death by God for gaining emotions, and now leads and shelters other fallen angels. When you say we're from another world and give a light explanation, he obviously makes a surprised face.
You're kidding? Guess from another world? I know that wormholes exist, but... Still, what a disaster for you to drop into a world like this of all places.
Huh? What does he... Wait, does he... Is Epilogue misunderstanding that we fell into a wormhole and ended up here? You probably shouldn't mention the gate, or else I don't want to blow our cover. our way of escape. Let's just pretend we got here an accident. Think about correcting him, and I'm about to speak up when... Yeah, seriously! Thanks to that, it's been one riddle after another. There, Miser interrupts and puts on an overly clear smile.
Suddenly ending up in another world must be pretty rough. And to be targeted by that massacre weapon. Alright, this must be some kind of fate. I'll tell you whatever I can about this world. Ha! Having pictures might make it easier to understand. Give me a minute. I happen to have the perfect thing.
Epilogue says this, then heads nearby and starts operating some kind of device. Hey, Miser, why did you lie like that? It's kind of obvious. You don't want everyone to just be rushing towards your cafe gate.
Because we need as much information about Il and the angels as possible right now. There's no time to be picky on options. Also, if we honestly talk about the situation, it'd be hard to get them to help.
Indeed. Considering Epilogue's phrasing, they have no positive opinions on Il.
I see. I know, they're probably not too interested in rehabilitating him if he's, like, just considered a weapon. This hurts my conscience, but as they say, you can't solve a problem without sacrifices.
That should do it.
Drawn by Epilogue's voice, I look over at him once again, and on the top of the device he was operating, a scenery of Caelm from that high place earlier is projected.
This machine's pretty old, but it's packed with information to learn about Caelm. I have no idea who built it, but it should be pretty convenient for you, right? Just say what you want to know. I'll operate it for you.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. What to ask? I'm guessing both. About both. Let's ask about the heavenly world Caelm. That's a pretty broad topic. Like asking about Earth. Then, could you tell us more about the heavenly world Caelm itself?
Got it. Stuff about Caelm itself, right?
Heavenly world Caelm. A solemn floating world where divinity and science fused and developed. A being existing in the heavens controls the world. The peace determined by God. In other words, perpetuity is absolute, and the world is governed by the law. Unlike other observed worlds, no period of time called night ever arrives, and the world is bathed in eternal light. However, no life forms other than angels and fallen angels have ever been observed. A world that dislikes change.
Yeah, that's probably why. As guests from the outside, the Angel of Judgment attacked you. The moment you set foot here, you brought a change to the world. Such criminals are subject to elimination.
I should also ask for details on other things. Let's ask about the angels. Angels? About the beings called angels, or more like... could you tell us about that race?
About angels? Give me a second.
Maybe wondering how to explain it, Epilogue fiddles with the device, switching from one hologram to another. Then... Much like what we passed earlier, it seems to be the outside of the laboratory. Comes into view. Wait, is this like a camera? Peculiar angel. Okay, is this... Angel grunt. they just look like grunts. I just keep saying GPM agents. But with hair. And robes and wings. There I see a lone angel, spaced out, standing around doing nothing in particular.
Oh, sorry. Accidentally put up some security footage from outside. I'll change it. What?
What? What? At the time I wonder what that sound was, the angel in the footage. Gouges his arm into his own chest, collapses on the spot, then turns into particles of light and vanishes. Did he just... what?
We're stunned silent, and with an apologetic face, Epilogi turns off the footage. What did that answer?
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to suddenly show you something like that.
It's fine, but what was that? But, what just happened?
Perfect timing, as terrible as it may sound, but that example makes it easier to understand.
With mixed feelings, Epilogi brings the next footage up.
What is this?
It looks like kind of like stained glass, but what could it be?
This is called the Spirit Furnace. It contains energy that sustains the bodies of us angels and all of Caelm. In other words, it contains spirit energy.
Oh, we got more chibis. Which means this refers to living terminals created by God's rule, the heavenly world, extracting spirit energy from the spirit furnace. Angels have their consciousness connected to God, and from the moment of creation, restricting thought and action, asserting control, and eliminating their emotions. Commands from God are sent into the brain, and this oracle manifests into action. However, only one person is excluded. The Apostle of Judgment, who cannot act without any commands from God or the Apostle of the Oracle. Other angels are provided with autonomy functions required for thought and action to execute the Oracle. This is getting too complicated. It sure is.
Yeah, in other words, angels have their consciousness and knowledge connected to God.
Alright, what's the definition of angels? We got a second definition of angel. Inhabitants of heavenly world Caelm. In reality, they are living terminals created by the spirit furnace, with their emotions and wills controlled by connection to the ruler of the heavenly world, God. Hence, they can be called puppets of sorts. Although, they call it the Apostle of Judgment. If he had, like, no autonomy, how the heck did he get away in the first place?
Where each individual is, what they're thinking and saying, is all shared to him.
That means it's like a server and terminals, so with that connection, God can control their minds, right? By the way, what about you?
We're fallen. That means we gained emotions and have been freed from that control. Anyway, from here, this will explain the site I just showed you. The bodies of angels degrade over time, so before that... Excluding individuals called apostles, angels are expected to kill themselves to return their spirit energy to the furnace.
Well, that's not very nice. Alright, apostle, powerful angel created directly by God through immense time and work to directly serve him. The angel of judgment is an apostle. Unlike normal angels, their bodies do not deteriorate over time. And then we have spirit furnace. Machine floating like the sun, maintaining the heavenly world, storing and circulating spirit energy in the heavenly world Caelm. It can create new angels and supply spirit energy required by individuals. In other words, we want to reuse your life force, so go kill yourself so the energy's fresh. Is it
A crazy roll like that?
Yeah, pretty much. The return of spirit energy is used to create new angels or provide energy for magic.
Yeah, how sick.
Oh man. Ignis, don't talk to the epilogue. It's confusing me so much. Just switching back and forth. After that, ill about the angel of judgment and God. After explanations and checking on our current grasp of the information and making sure there were no mistakes, with a breath of relief, Epilogue removes his hand from the device.
Done with questions?
Oh, please wait. Just one last thing. In Caelm, why when you become a fallen angel, after gaining emotions, are you treated as criminals? Fallen angel, second definition, refers to angels that have gained emotions, bugs, and fell and are thus designated as criminals. All of their wings are stained jet black.
It's because emotions are the biggest factor that causes change in the world, which God despises so much.
Emotions cause change?
In any world, emotions shape the living order for those who live there. The will to move onwards and progress. Isn't that true?
Bah! Who would want to preserve such a terrible world? I don't get it at all.
None of us understand the thinking of God. We underlings don't even know what he looks like or his true identity.
God. First definition. In a broad sense, this refers to beings worshipped in various religions, but in this game, it refers specifically to the being ruling the heavenly world, Caelm. Ordinary angels are not aware of his true identity or appearance.
Personally, the moment I tried to perform the suicide duty, I kind of, got this feeling of, you gotta be kidding, and fell.
But even if you gain emotions and stop suicide because you want to live,
Yeah, the moment you fall, you're a criminal, fated to be slaughtered by the angel of judgment. Even if you wanted to escape to another world using a wormhole, they barely appear, and even then, they're managed by the apostles. So unless you're a special individual, living like normal means death. Fearing it, that, and gaining emotions means death. That's the heavenly world Caelm, a little garden of a world where illogicality and change are totally eliminated. It's all just a cruel cycle.
heavenly world Caelm. Second definition. A magnificent floating other world where divinity and science have fused. Ruled by God, the world has obtained peace and perfection through perpetuity, and anything that disturbs it is eliminated. Not out of necessity, but because change is bad, angels are forced to die or be killed by ill. I know this isn't a matter for outsiders like us to meddle with, but it's unfair. Can't help but think that about this sad world. This is the true nature of the heavenly world. With ill captured, at this rate he'll be forced to follow the rules and be controlled to kill others. I don't want that to happen. I look around at everyone, and after nods of agreement... Epilogue? I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. We didn't come here by falling into a wormhole. the man you called the Angel of Judgment. To save him, we came to the heavenly world.
What did you say?
We decided to reveal everything that happened until now with Il to Epilogue and the other fallen angels. Suddenly, the friendly look on their faces start turning into severe ones.
A gate that leads to other worlds without using a wormhole. To think such a thing existed. On top of that, you say the Angel of Judgment had fallen, and yet...
You want to help the Angel of Judgment? This is no joke! I still can't forget it! I watched as my friends were murdered by him! His mind broke! Ha! Served him right! All of his sins came back to bite him.
It seems you have much resentment.
Obviously. Every fallen angel in this world hates him so much, they'd love to kill him themselves. Even I saw countless brethren I tried to save killed by him.
Epilogue. Taking Epilogue's words as a signal, the fallen angels in the area surround us at once.
If you're his allies, that changes everything. Sorry, but we must restrain you for a while. Who knows if you have some secret connection to him after all.
No, wait, we're supposed to be the good guys. He said restrained, but there's nothing like a prison here. Sit quiet here for a while. There's a barrier, so there's no use trying to escape. So instead, we're just being watched in the corner of a small room. According to Miser, it's a fragile barrier from our perspective, so if we wanted to break out, we could. However, there's no point in struggling for now. As advised, we decided to sit quietly. During that time, I look around at the devices and surroundings. Seeing this, I kind of understand why Il was so good with machines. Well, that's where he gets it from. He literally came from like a world of technology.
Indeed, compared to the technology here, the human world's machines are mere toys.
Also, Il's true nature was so inorganic and mechanical. I'm starting to understand everything. An inorganic creature, or inorganic nature. That's... Il? Yes, what is it? Well, it's true that humans value their sleep. That's all the way to the very beginning. It wouldn't be safe for someone to suddenly pass out, then maybe bump their head on the ground, right? That would be dangerous, so going forward, I would appreciate it if you took that into consideration. I see. The frailty of mankind slipped my notice. True, that would be dangerous. That reminds me, once in a while, Il would suddenly kind of make a blank face, right?
Yes, I've witnessed that before. It likely means he was processing the correct expression to use.
What? Correct expression? What the hell does that mean? Means he's thinking in his own way, Ignis.
His imitated personality. Ergo, I believe it was a result of constant calculations with the personality serving as a foundation.
Like, what would the character he's imitating do at a time like this? The facial expression, tone, and words used. He was always repeating simulations of things like that in his head?
Ugh. Just imagining it gives me a headache. You had to do bothersome things like that around the clock?
Yes, thus when something else occupied his mind, he would be unable to respond accordingly.
It might really be something like that. What's something like that? Personality imitation. Mathematical processing performed in Il's brain to completely imitate the character Il Fado derrière. Checking any and all patterns, he estimated the words, action, and expressions likely performed by the original Il, then output the results. That sounds pretty... that would be exhausting for a human to do. As Canis continued talking about it, I couldn't say anything. In other words, without going that far, Il can't even have a normal conversation. Also, the reason he readily followed instructions and orders was as his time as a weapon.
Much happened along the way here. Perhaps we should rest for a while.
Maybe out of consideration, noticing that my face grew darker as I learned more about Il Fado derrière, fourth definition. Due to strict management, he suffered only a partial fall, and the birth and development of his emotions was incomplete. Unlike other fallen angels, this caused his wings to be mixed in with white and black. Canis makes such a suggestion. Yeah, let's do that. My head's getting tired from all the complicated talk. Okay, break time it is then. Oh, in that case, seeing how there was a request, I brought coffee in a thermos. Oh, thank God he brought food. I don't know if the angels have a concept of food here. There's no point in getting gloomy here. I brought more than just coffee, Kotone. For a change of mood, I start passing out paper cups full of coffee to Miser and the others when...
Hey! You restrained there, yet you're so carefree about it.
Oh, Epilogue. You want some coffee? Kind of feel, while it was really obvious until a minute ago, that the hostility from Epilogue has thinned just a little bit. Epilogue, would you like some coffee?
Coffee?
I explain that it's a type of beverage, and I hand over a paper cup full of it. At first, it was pretty clear that Epilogue was wary about the color of it. This is brown water. Don't mind the color. But as he watches Miser and everyone drink it without hesitation, he finally imitates them and sips some.
Whoa! What is this? There's a weird sensation on my tongue.
Does it taste good?
I don't even know what taste is supposed to be good. Although, of course, I know the meaning.
Despite saying this, he gulps down the rest of it and...
But this refreshing feeling in my head isn't bad.
It's all the caffeine. Then he slowly removes his lips from the paper cup and asks me,
Was that Angel of Judgment also drinking stuff like this back where you're from?
Yes, although he really likes sweet things, so it tastes a bit different from what you just had. Before I knew it, I talked about all kinds of memories with Il as Epilogue stood silently. No. About the time we first met. About how he grew up kind of spoiled and didn't know the ways of the world. About how he encouraged me when I was gloomy and invited me on a date.
About how he tried to help with chores, but despite failing repeatedly, he didn't give up. About his smile that day. About how beautiful it was.
I can't believe it. That cold and cruel angel of judgment went through a total change like that? And despite knowing his true identity, you still want to help him.
Of course. There were times I was scared, but more than that, I can't forget the time I spent with him until now. That's why I came here. I want Il to smile again. Epilogue, I know this is all one-sided, but if you even have a little idea about how to restore Il's emotions, could you tell me? At my begging, Epilogue shows signs of hesitation, then...
Sorry, I don't have the answers you seek. I've never even heard rumors about regaining lost emotions. In fact, normal fallen angels can't reconnect to God, or do things like reset their personality. The Angel of Judgment is a special individual. He's God's pride. He probably has unique functions built in.
I see.
However...
I dejectedly hang my head, but as though scolding me, Epilogue's voice rings firm.
You might still be able to find a way, you know.
Really?
Yeah, but to do so... you probably have to enter this tower.
Epilogue operates the earlier device, and on the window appears the scenery of Caelm. Miser and the others had been listening to our conversation and look at the footage with me.
You see that giant tower in the middle of the world? That's where the being in the heavens, God, the ruler of angels, dwells in that tower. I hear in that facility, there are important devices that manage the angels.
Tower. Tower in the center of the heavenly world Caelm, stretching far into the heavens. Said to be where God resides, it contains important facilities to manage the angels.
So if you use those, you might be able to find out more about the Angel of Judgment's past and his functions. But, seeing how they already know what your goal is, they've probably gathered all of the other apostles to solidify their defenses. Going in probably means risking your lives.
He says this heavily, then turns off the hologram. I see. We gratefully accept that information. But can I ask you a question, Epilogue?
What?
You have so much resentment for Il, yet you suddenly became cooperative. Can I ask your reason why? I think Miser is worried about how suddenly Epilogue's attitude towards us changed. But Epilogue shows no displeasure at the question.
Well, if it means he abandons his judgment duties, there's no harm in that. Also, thinking calmly, he just happened to be chosen as the Angel of Judgment because he turned out strong. He's treated completely just as a weapon, so he didn't even get a name. Once I started thinking about it, I started feeling a little sorry for him. And, to put it simply, I've gained an interest. I can't even imagine seeing that weapon smile. That's why I want to see it with my own eyes. The kind of smile he makes.
It's like when we met, Epilogue makes a lively smile, exuding how good of a person he is. You're giving us not just information, but also lending us your strength?
Yeah. I'm sure you can use at least one guy you can navigate, right? But it'll cost you a fee, okay? The gate thing you used to get here. Let the fallen angels use it. It would be even better if you give us refuge back in that human world place. I doubt they'd invade another world just to execute a few fallen angels.
I'm sure we could talk to Rindo to arrange something like that. Seemingly thinking the same thing, we all nod to each other. We're about to gain a lot more customers. Epilogue, thank you so much. Just a feeling. But I'm starting to see why he's looked up to as the fallen angel leader. After thanking Epilogue from the bottom of my heart, I renew my determination. Even if it means risking my life. Just hold on, Il. We'll go and bring you back for sure. We're gonna go up to God and lodge some complaints. How are we gonna do this? We reach the end of the sky at the summit of the Tower of God. Oh, this must be... If it's not ill, then it's probably Solitus's perspective. Directly below the spirit furnace, where the furnace's blessings rain down as light. Beautiful yet inorganic singing voices overlap both high and low. At the same time, obstructing the melody, there's a sound of cracking in the sky. However, to them, this is not an unpleasant noise. It is a desired phenomenon. Enough. Suspend the experiment. Udis. Oh. At the voice's behest, light vanishes from around the two angels. Is this... Wait. You process it all at incomparable levels. A most welcome return. Part of myself. Apostle of Judgment. From fingertips to breasts, blinking, even thoughts. Anything and everything moves as I wish in the Apostle of Judgment. My beautiful, greatest masterpiece has returned to being an unparalleled weapon in heaven. With the threads of control once more connected, the owner of the voice sheds a sigh of satisfaction.
Oh God. Are there any abnormalities in the Apostle of Judgment's flesh or mind?
Gosh, the being who controls all of Caelm answers immediately. Okay, we're already meeting God. Wait, was that the big organ? Like, robot thing in the back? Oh god. I do have a robot voice in this modulator, but I don't know if it's gonna sound good. Because a lot of it just sounds garbled. I could try it out and like listen to it later. The
robot voice sounds like this. So it's very hard to understand.
I might just keep it off. No, all has returned as it once was. I'm just gonna give you a monotone robot voice. In fact, the reset has brought improvement. Previously, I had bestowed a minimal capability for independent thought. However, now that it is removed entirely, all commands will require more effort to execute. The risk of another fall has dropped dramatically.
Affirmative. A fine decision. I have also made preparations to apply even more firm protections.
God returns a satisfied affirmation to Solitis, who has superb, autonomous decision-making.
It was completely unexpected for this individual to fall. Yet by coincidence, he was hiding near the gate in the human world, making our plans certain to succeed. The peace and salvation you desire shall be brought about by this individual, the Apostle of Judgment.
As expected of the individuals I created directly, as the first and the second, I look forward to your work. Now, Apostle of Judgment, the time has come for you to officially join me. I command you to pass judgment upon any intruder who will likely come. For certain. The words sent into his brain, the Apostle of Judgment accepts the commands to eliminate foreign enemies. As a result of executing these orders, who knows whose blood will spill upon him? But even the right to think of this has been removed. As willed by God, he leaves, and uses his wings to glide through the stairless tower.
We head to the maintenance room. There you shall be reset fully, and have new protections installed.
The Apostle of Judgment had disappeared before, yet now he exists by my side once more. Angel/Apostle of Judgment. Ill's true identity, God boasts of him as a masterpiece, the nameless weapon of power that protects Caelm, a carefully managed puppet without a will who can't take action without commands from God or the Apostle of the Oracle, Solitis. To re-verify him and firmly assess this fact, Solitis notices a lack of response and speaks to him. An Apostle of the Oracle. The true identity of Solitis. The proxy of God, second in power only to the Apostle of Judgment. Possessing superior autonomy, he is a loyal servant of God. He can provide orders to the Apostle of Judgment, who has no autonomous functions, via a different system from God, offering support at times of need.
To think we would once again carry out our orders side by side, while the time of your absence was no more than a flicker of time to us apostles.
Well, inexplicably, the observation of that time seemed long. Also, along with that, something like shaking at my feet, there was a strange sense of instability. We were created at nearly the same time as the two wings of God. This may have caused some slight effect with the presence or absence of the other. However, that malfunction is now gone. Therefore, the Apostle of Judgment must be the same.
While his kings may be formidable, with you and I in coordination, these commands will certainly be fulfilled. In particular, that human, Kotoni Owaki, is not even an impediment. She can be judged easily. No need for concern. I shall not allow you to fall. Ever again.
Alright, we are back to Kotoni's perspective. Several hours later, after Epilogue persuades the other fallen angels, we're released from the restraint. Then, he helps us come up with the plan to infiltrate the tower, but after being carried by the fallen angels to the front of the tower extending into the heavens, the three non-humans look up at it. Here we are! It was really easy to get to the tower, but it may be enemy territory, but it's the home of another. Everyone, let's be polite and use full force. Excuse us! Okay, we're just coming in guns blazing. The three regulars of Cafe Enchante let out a powerful and dynamic "excuse us" and blast open the door that Epilogue insisted couldn't be broken with a loud crash.
What? You guys really are crazy!
Seeing the wreckage of the door, Epilogue is lost for words and can only return a dry smile. But thanks to their crazy strength, we can get inside the tower. Oh, perhaps as a notification of intruders, a shrill alarm sounds out, and many shadows appear on the floor. Those must be the angel guards that Epilogue mentioned. The goal of them as they descend at high speed is unmistakably our elimination. 1, 2, 3. God, it's too bothersome to count. There must be over 50 of them, though.
A number within expectations. No issue.
Yeah, in fact, it's a bit underwhelming. Anyway, let's get to work. Ignis swings his arm, and at the same time, flames explode to a scale not involving us. The moment it destroys several complicated-looking machines on the floor, the angels stop moving suddenly. At virtually the same time, their gazes in hostility fixate on the culprits, Ignis and Canis next to him.
Just as we heard, the top priority of normal angels is protection of the inner facilities.
And if we go around breaking them, the angels will come to us. Easiest fishing ever. While cutting down fired balls of light, Canis calls to us.
As planned, since we cannot fly, we shall remain here and draw out the angels. Use this chance to ascend.
Don't screw this up! Drag that airheaded idiot down here by force if you have to. Thank you! That's right. This is the plan we came up with together. Our goal is, of course, First of all, to find a way to restore Ill's emotions. Beyond that, to release Ill's body and mind from God by blowing the place up, I'm guessing. So for now, while Ignis and them buy time, we'll search the inside of the tower. We have to find a facility that relates somehow to Ill's emotions. Okay, then let's get going! Yeah! While going over the strategy, I cling to Miser's body. Then, along with Epilogue as a guide, we start flying through the tower. Before I knew it, the sight of Canis and everyone on the lower floor vanished. It really is high. This might take a long time for a non-angel like me to climb. But the goal isn't to get to the very top.
Yeah, I think if we go a little higher, we'll start finding rooms set along the walls.
Epilogue, pass! Huh? What? What? Oh.
Whoa!
Without hesitation, Miser throws me over to Epilogue flying next to us. Am I a package?
That's dangerous to do so suddenly. What the hell are you think?
Without answering Epilogue's objections, Miser moves slightly to the side, then... Oh. A sharp trail of killing intent grazes through Miser's robe. Flapping pure white wings appearing to block us is...
As expected, surprise attacks are ineffective.
Solitis! The one who broke Ill's emotions. After avoiding his spear attack, Miser lands atop a magic circle and stares Solitis down.
Miser Rex, I shall be your opponent. That has another duty after all.
Miser! Held by Epilogue, I can only call to him in frustration as he flies us to a safe distance. But Miser neither looks this way nor says anything, and simply points his finger upwards. He's saying to go.
Idiot! If we don't have you, who's gonna guard the young lady?
Despite Epilogue's angry shouts, Miser still directs his gaze up at Solitis. It's fine. With Ill and Katone, it'll be fine. You know Ill's true smile. It'll be okay for sure. I entrust my cherished family to you. With Miser's words, I harden my determination and nod. Some big trust there. Epilogue, let's go!
You too? Gah! Don't blame me for what happens. You better catch up quick, Miser.
Epilogue issues his demand to Miser. Then starts ascending up the tower, the top still out of sight.
You were impurities, to I, to heaven, and to the Apostle of Judgment. Therefore, here I shall...
Solitis didn't jump out of the way because anything was done to him. Nothing came flying towards him. Oh, is it Miser mad? Only overwhelming hatred and pressure overflows from the being before his eyes. I'm not gonna kill you so easily. You said that angels are mere puppets. In that case, I'll play with you like a puppet and give you a fun death.
Kill? That's my line. You concealed the Apostle of Judgment for much time, thus God has decided to punish you. The Spear of the Oracle is second in power only to Judgment. You shall know it well firsthand.
Okay, back to Kadoni's perspective. I feel like this is like the first time. I feel like this is the first time we've seen Miser so serious. Even in the other routes, he was just kind of, even though he used his powers, he was kind of just joking around. It's like the first time we've seen him like legitimately mad. Alright, anyway, after continuing to fly for a while, me and Epilogue find a door along the wall and slip inside right away. Expanding past it was more machines. A space with machines lined up, clearly far more advanced than the ones at Epilogue's hidden laboratory. Oh. Is that a wormhole? We find the wormhole room? This is... Floating in the middle is a tear in space. It is a wormhole. It has such depth, looking like it could drag anyone who enters into an unseen place. That means... Is this... Could this be a wormhole?
Yeah, looks like one. But it's pretty unstable wormhole. It's forced open and fixed here with magic, so who knows when it could close.
A fixed wormhole. Could this be like the wormhole to Bestia at GPM? Oh! Could this wormhole lead to the human world?
I see! From what you all said, I was wondering how the regular angels managed to get to another world.
In that case, the abducted people could also be somewhere in this tower. But right now, we don't have the leeway to search, or the means to evacuate them.
It seems this is a room for research. There are pretty valuable machines here.
It looks like it continues further. Should we go?
Yeah, about the Angel of Judgment. There could be some sort of clues around here.
Together with Epilogue, we look around the room and go further in. Eventually, we arrive in front of a machine that could only be called beautiful. Seems to be made out of something like jewels or glass. Getting closer, it glows with a pulsating light like it's alive. Epilogue, what kind of machine is this?
I don't even know. At the very least, normal angels aren't given knowledge of this.
All movement stopped. No, it would be more accurate to say it froze. Even my breathing and heartbeat literally, not metaphorically, stop for a moment. From the door we entered earlier, footsteps approach at a frightening speed. I rebuke my trembling body and slowly turn around. Oh. How'd you sneak up on us? I guess he flew. And with a sense of almost innocence, without the slightest light in his eyes, the creator of those footsteps appears. Ill!
Damn it! To be found by him, of all things!
Ill takes only a glance at Epilogue as he shouts, and ignores him.
Criminal. Fallen angel discovered. However, God's command is top priority. Judgment will be served afterwards.
Ill declares in an indifferent way.
Based on records of status at reconnection. Executing judgment of Kotone Awaki, origin of critical malfunctions in this individual.
Ill announces the judgment verdict as obligated. At that command, Epilogue clearly fills with ill will, and his body shakes in anger.
She's not even an angel! And of all people, you're making him kill her? Don't screw with us! You really are a bastard with bad taste, oh high and mighty God!
Ill! The shock makes my vision flicker. At the truth that, while I want to save him, he is targeting my life. But something like that won't make me lose heart. If I die here, I'll never reclaim Ill. In that case, I'll do whatever it takes, in my own way. Alright. Okay, I guess we have to not move for the device. Escape probably wouldn't do anything. The Ill would just overtake us. Let's hope something... Maybe the device will do something. Let's not move. Calm down. Calm down. I place my hand over my chest to reassure my trembling heart.
Young lady? What are you doing? We need to run!
Even if we ran, I'm sure Ill would catch up quickly. Also, while Ill said he would kill me, he hasn't actually used any magic. He's taking a long time. That's true. In other words, that indicates the beautiful machine at my back. Okay. He just doesn't want to destroy the machine. That means Ill can't break this important looking device. So if we keep this behind us... My guess was on the mark. Ill stands quietly and doesn't fire his usual light arrows. But that only means he can't use magic against us.
Damn it!
Epilogue fires his trump card from before to stop Ill's movement, the jamming light. However, the same trick didn't work, and before it can contact Ill's body, a wall of light repels it. Immediately after, In a single moment, chains of light bind Epilogi's body.
Gah!
At the same time, something like a shock runs through Epilogi's body. While the chains vanished quickly, his unconscious body collapses without strength to the floor. Epilogi! My neck is grabbed. By the time I realized it, Ill's slender fingers were already digging into my throat. This is too cruel. Clear suffocation. The sense of death approaching. My vision blurs, then grows dark. As this happens, Ill only looks at me with inorganic eyes. It feels as though he's gradually increasing the strength around my neck. Don't give up. I can't leave him behind. Despite such thoughts, my consciousness falls deeper into darkness. Is this the end? Then at least Ill. I desperately move my hands. As though wrapping them, I place my hands around my neck. Oh, over his around my neck. This might be it. I can't see anymore. Have my eyelids closed? Or am I already dead? I can't even determine that as my consciousness sinks into the dark. Go. Coton. Nah. I'm guessing that's Ill. Cotone. A small voice anchors me in place. My field of vision opens back up as I take oxygen back into my lungs. While my vision was dark at first, it gradually becomes clearer. The face of Ill, who called me back, can be seen clearly. While his hands are still placed over my throat, there is almost no strength in them now. Ill? Go. Tone. When I say his name, he says mine. Cotone. Cotone. Cotone? As though looking for a place to return. Ill only repeats my name over and over. Alright, where are we at? Oh, these two! Oh man! Alright, well, we're gonna find out what happened to Ill. Now let's see the Demon King and the Angel. Darkness and light intersect and shake the tower leading to the heavens. We're both at a standoff. Accurate and intense attacks. fitting the title of a non-human king. As Solidas parses his thoughts about how to deal with him, a sound echoes from the heavens. The moment he hears it, Solidas, who had been fighting indifferently until then, changes the look on his face.
The duty of this individual has now been modified. Therefore, Miser Rex, I abandon my combat actions with you.
Was that sound a command from your god? Still, that's very one-sided of you. You think I'll let you escape?
Negative. That was a warning from our god.
This time it's not sound, as countless lights rain down on Miser. They soon surround him in all directions and seal his movement. A restraining barrier? Don't make light of me. This is nothing! Miser immediately fills his arms with immense magic power to break the barrier, but... oh, it's God. That barrier was created using the Apostle of Judgment's flesh as a catalyst. If you do not follow the proper process to dispel it, and decide to break it by force, the Apostle of Judgment's limbs will be violently torn from his body, and will be impossible to restore. Well, that tamed Miser right away. That's awfully cruel of him, though. I thought ill was his most precious creation. At the warning of the voice from the heavens, he hurriedly stopped his actions and disperses the magic power he was gathering. As expected, the owl carries some definitive sentiments towards that. Thus, he shan't force himself out of it. Go and act according to the Oracle Solidas.
Understood. Oh God, I thank you for your aid.
Damn it! Wait! The voice of God stops, while watching Solidas fly back up the tower. How much are you gonna treat ill as nothing more than an object? You bastards! As he fervently undoes the barrier, Miser can do nothing but see him off with anger. Back to Katone! Oh! We're just going back and forth here. Katone? I watch Il desperately call my name. It's a situation like this, yet joy spreads through my heart and I want to cry. His hands slowly release from around my neck. Il! I strongly embrace his body. Yeah, it's okay, I'm right here. If you call for me, I'll answer you as many times as you want. I forget the situation, my fear, and everything. I'm just filled by my thoughts for Il. Yeah, that's right. Just like Titania said. Even if his emotions have been removed, his soul, his heart, they remain in his body. Who's this? I'm guessing this is Solidas?
I received God's oracle and slipped away from that king to come, yet What are you doing? Hurry and kill Katone Owaki. That human does nothing but cause bugs in you. She is a harmful virus.
Before I realized it, Solitis had flown into the room at his command. Il makes no attempt to obey. In fact, he slowly separates himself from me, then faces Solitis as though shielding me.
Impossible. After applying measures to that extent.
Solitis is struck speechless, unable to accept the reality of Il disobeying his orders.
Quit this farce!
Up until now, he had showed no shred of interest in me, but now he directs intense murderous intent.
This individual, the Apostle of Judgment, is a being split from our god, and could be considered a demigod. Anything and everything unnecessary is removed. As the most perfect, refined beings, the angelic pinnacles are preserved. For that, to be corrupted by a commonplace human like you cannot be allowed to stand.
He continues to shout in ways that don't seem emotionless.
Answer me, Katone Owaki. What did you do to this individual? Or is this somehow the doing of Miser Rex?
What a sad person. You must think that I used some kind of trick on Il. As though to admonish him. I did nothing to him. All I did was live with him, laughing and smiling together. Quietly, that's all I said.
Such a vague response.
The angry look on Solitis disappears.
Did you really think I would accept that?
By the time I saw it appear, the spear had already been thrust. Il quickly puts up a wall of light to stop it, but it couldn't stop the impact. Oh. He's blown away while still shielding me and crashes into the large device behind us. Oopsie. Oh, what? What's going on? Okay, is this like the machine? Memory storage, domain Michael activated. Confirm code for individual number 0000. Corresponding individual is set as high value. Commencing high security memory playback. That's an irreplaceable memory of the time he fell. Fallen angel. Oh. But please don't kill me! Why do I have to die? I faithfully followed all of God's commands up until now. I plan to still keep following them, so... With a loud noise, judgment is concluded.
Next Oracle. Go and pass judgment upon the 13 fallen angels hiding in Sector 32.
I nod and head over. Okay, this is like a recording of Ill's memories. And carry out judgment. For the peace of Caelm, death to those who would cause change. That is this individual's, the Angel of Judgment's duty. I exist to follow commands from God. I was only given minimal thought capabilities for this role. Without orders, I simply stand at God's side, like an unused puppet for viewing. Until a new oracle is issued. Years, decades, centuries, I remain asleep in a special nourishing tank. It seems other apostles are endowed with a degree of autonomous thought and are capable of taking action. But this individual, despite being an angel, is simply a speechless weapon. Thus, such abilities are unnecessary. Uttering any words at all is rare. Until then.
Next Oracle. Pursue and pass judgment upon the 2 apostles of recollection who fled the tower.
I returned a look of seeking reconfirmation about the stipulated settings. Their creation is most difficult. Is it okay to pass judgment upon apostles?
Affirmative. Neither God nor myself thought the apostles could ever fall. However, despite being apostles, those 2 are not nearly as valuable as you or myself. It should be possible to recreate them in about 100 years' time. Therefore, God has approved judgment.
Very well, I nod to say, and head to the sector where the designated criminals are hiding. The Apostles of Recollection. Quite unusual among apostles, they are a man and woman who together are one angel. They managed along historical records of the heavenly world Caelm, and salvage buried items of the past. They also create new spells. Their duties are specialized around knowledge. Due to our completely different work, my direct contact with them was virtually zero. In search of the 2, I descended into a research facility abandoned long in the past. Criminals discovered. I immediately moved to complete judgment when... An intense noise flickered through my brain. My spell vanishes in an instant, and my extended arm falls with no strength. I hear nothing. No voice or command to determine my actions. Apostle of Recollection man. Alright, our newly developed jamming worked well. With this, it's impossible to receive commands from God or the Apostle of the Oracle. Now I understand. It seems these 2 used their original spell to temporarily block the connection with God. With the Apostle of the Oracle also not present, I cannot hear the commands of anyone. Thus, I cannot act at all. With this determined, my actions shut down. However, contrary to my expectations, the Apostles of Recollection neither flee nor counterattack.
Hey you! Don't just stand there blankly. Go ahead and sit down.
That's right. You should relax here until the other apostles show up. The two approach and grab my shoulders and forcibly sit me down. Now where should we begin? When it comes to starting a discussion, it's hard to find words, isn't it?
Right. Until we fell, our talk was also minimal.
Oh, I know! Let's talk about how we fell! Also, at that time, the feelings we felt! The Apostles of Recollection make use of my shutdown and start talking about their past. According to them, as the Apostles of Recollection, they lived carrying out their duties together for a very long time. One day, during an experiment outside the tower, a wormhole formed by coincidence, and there was the danger of them being separated. After this incident, as the impetus, the two began to notice each other as the opposite sex, and thinking of not wanting to lose the other. In other words, this was the manifestation of emotion, the cause of their fall, the reason for their judgment. I failed to understand half of what they spoke of. What is the opposite sex? True, far fewer angels are women in form. But this is simply caused by differing materials used in their creation. They are treated as no different from men. Hahaha! I figured you wouldn't get it. Well, we just wanted to talk about it, so don't mind us.
But isn't it strange? If he doesn't understand, he should at least ask questions.
Maybe he doesn't talk much. Alright, since you've got the chance. How about trying to say something?
Go on. Copy after me. Like this, from the throat. Try it.
Actually, considering it's used for large-scale spells, I should check to determine if there are any malfunctions with my throat. Very well. As indicated, I copy her movement. I vibrate my throat, straining the vocal organ.
Yes, like that. Good. You actually have a very clear voice.
Yeah, I'm sure if you sang, anyone listening would be enchanted by its beauty. I was merely checking my specs, yet I received praise. I don't understand. Oh. Chibi ill. Chibi ill and the angels. After that, the Apostles of Recollection continue speaking of their emotions for each other. In other words, they're bugs. And finally, they provided information regarding their reason to speak to me of these bugs. We wanted you. That's right. We just wanted you to hear of our feelings before the end.
We don't seek any further luxury. Although, if there's just one regret, We want to know what this beautiful emotion we hold inside us is. Yes, we wanted to know its name. Their gazes cross, and on their faces, their cheeks lightly redden, and it appears their body temperature has increased. These fallen angels. Is yet another malfunction occurring in them? This case is a first. Unlike other fallen angels, they do not resist. They do not make noise. Are these truly criminals? Does their fall truly threaten the peace of this world? They who do nothing but speak to me. Still, Apostle of Judgment. He's called that, but he doesn't seem too scary, does he? Right. Everything about him is light and soft. Such a dangerous sound isn't fitting for him. For you, a beautiful name would be more fitting, you know? With that question, a strange sound comes from my chest. It concerns me. Three days passed since then. It seems their jamming magic is most superb. Oh, 3 days? Is he just hanging out with him? Even God seems to be having trouble locating this facility in pursuit of me. The Apostles of Recollection do nothing but speak to me with peculiar looks on their faces. According to their explanation, these facial expressions are shown to friends and are called smiles. Then why do they show it to me? To them, I am nothing but an enemy come to bring them death. All grows more incomprehensible. However, the more time that passes, the larger the sound grows in my chest, a little at a time. However, all things have their end. On that day, with no change, the Apostles of Recollection spoke as I sat quiet. Then,
Apostle of Judgment located. To think you would be restrained in a place like this.
apparently searching for me on his own, the Apostle of the Oracle arrived.
Now, Apostle of Judgment, reunited with me, you have no need to remain still. Execute the Apostles of Recollection. Resume the Oracle now.
Nodding to that was... I refuse. Impossible for me.
What?
Huh? Even they didn't expect that outcome. This individual has observed, over time, these individuals, the Apostles of Recollection, and determine they are no threat to the peace of Caelm. Your search, think, appeal to find a reason
not to pass judgment on these two. I don't even understand why I do this. However,
refusal is not an option. You have my commendation, apostles. As expected of angels governing knowledge, you have developed a most potent virus.
Virus?
something like that. I have no memory of being given something like that. We didn't do anything like that. Just listen to his words.
However, a mere virus can be purged with a reset. For now, the command takes priority. To think the time would come when I would have to use the spear on you.
He takes hold of my shoulder, and an intense heat runs through my abdomen. I was pierced by the apostle's spear. I only recognized this fact after a large amount of blood began to flow. The spear of the oracle, given to him by God. Its sharpness and spirit energy held within is already boast-worthy in power, but its value is its compulsory command effect. While one thrust is limited to one command, regardless of the angel, after being pierced by this spear, the compulsory command is installed in the wound, and its execution is forced. Therefore... Oh no. So that's what happened when, like, I guess Ill's arm fell off. I guess that, like, forced him to obey. I was kind of, like, wondering about that. Pass judgment, 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 pass judgment. For the peace of Caelm, death to those who would threaten it. Execute the criminals. The command I would follow, like it's natural until now, enroaches into my brain, and my body begins to move automatically. Glimmer eliminates the inside of the facility. Ignoring my will, the arrows deployed from my back already point towards those two. Before the moment judgment is unleashed. Farewell, my friend. I'm glad we got to meet you.
Thank you for not denying this emotion within us to the very end.
The two gave me a gentle smile. Atop the floor is smeared with blood. Their two dead bodies lie nestled close together.
Confirmed judgment of apostles of recollection. Determined that jamming effect has weakened.
The Apostle of the Oracle, once it's confirmed, moves to the entrance where the connection with God will be easier and turns his back.
After your connection to God is fully restored, we shall report in. You remain there on standby and repair your body.
I ignored him. Oh. Despite my wound, I stagger over to their bodies. and fall to my knees next to them. I extend my hand and shake their cold bodies. They don't move or breathe. They do nothing as I shake them. Shake, shake, shake. Shake. The shaking bodies vanish. Their spirit energy particles ascend. At that, I rush to gather them into my hands.
Confirmed full restoration of connection. We depart. After returning to the tower, you shall be reset to remove the virus.
Still holding them in my hands, I walk as led by the Apostle of the Oracle.
Reporting. Oh God. Judgment of the Apostles of Recollection is complete.
I have also completed deletion of their organism codes. With the connection restored, his will resounds within my brain. However, this judgment stings more than the others. To think even apostles would relent such meaningless and worthless emotions. My disappointment is immeasurable. Meaningless? Worthless? The moment I understood the meaning of God's words.
No. That's absolutely wrong.
What?
Oh. Before I realized it, I was locked battling the Apostle of the Oracle. I continued into a complete reckless state, and while evading the attacks of the Apostle of the Oracle attempting to recover me, following the impulses from my chest, I continued to flee. Oh. Dripping blood, I continued moving without a destination. When I realized it, my wings were turning black. Fallen. Did I obtain emotions? But such details don't matter now. I slightly open my hands. Each contains not even a grain of sand. Red and blue fragments of spirit energy. Believing that having this would be enough, I hold them to my chest as safekeeping.
It'll be okay. I shall send my own spirit energy into you. Your bodies should be restored quickly.
I shout over and over.
I want you to return. Teach me. Answer me. Let me hear your voices. One more time. I want you to show me your smiles.
We want to know what this beautiful emotion we hold inside us is.
Yes. We wanted to know its name. Together, I want to think of the answer to that question.
That's why. That's why. That's why. The final fragments disappear. I desperately tried to grab them as they ascended into the heavens, but I couldn't.
Apostles of Recollection. Complete termination. Confirmed. They disappeared. They died. They're dead.
There, I finally... understood the fact that they're gone from this world. There's something hot filling my chest and eyes, but it takes no shape, and I don't understand. All I know is the loss of them is painful. Where should I go now? Led around for all this time. I have no idea. But at the very least, having said their death was worthless, I felt no intention of returning to God. However, God holds total control of this realm, so there is nowhere to hide. Thus, all I could do was wander, continuing to flee from pursuers, until I happened upon a certain space. Wait, who dis? Genetic authentication system response. Genetic authentication system response. Commencing spatial concealment. Welcome back, Master. A sector that shouldn't exist suddenly appeared. Inside, I found the remains of a strange structure. I don't know the reason, but it seems this entire sector was hidden, and even God has no grasp of this place. I enter to hide myself, and inside is a dimly lit space with a very ancient-looking door within. I didn't intend to touch it, but due to my exhaustion, I lost balance in my body and virtually collapsed onto it. Oh. He entered the cafe on accident. My field of vision opens wide and light glows brightly. Then, there before me. Human girl. Oh, is this Katone as a kid? She appears much like an angel. However, this life form is far smaller and possesses no wings. I realize that she is looking up at me. Who are you? A customer? I have no name to give her. However, this fact seems to draw her interest even more. The individual before my eyes holds bundled paper and antiquated material, serving as an information medium. On the surface is the drawing of a man and a woman. The smiles upon their faces appear quite heated. Oh my. What are you drawing, baby Katone? Those two. There is something familiar about the way they look at one another. I point to it and ask,
What is that?
This? It's a picture book. And it's a wonderful story about love. Okay, is this Grandpa? Hey, where'd you go? Good grief! And my idiot son finally came to pick you up. Oh, Grandpa is calling. I'm sorry, but I'm leaving the shop today. But Grandpa will be here, so it's okay. I'll call him over for you. Grandpa, you have a customer.
Love.
If that was... love. The name of the beautiful emotion. Then I want to learn it. Understand it. Know that emotion is neither meaningless nor worthless. I shall prove it for certain. Back to Katane's perspective. That long, sad yet beautiful memory playback. When it finally ended, I was lost inside a strange space. Flowing into my head are various angels' memories. As they slip directly into my brain. If I lose focus, I feel like I could even forget my own name. Still, I need to move forward. Following my urge to find something important, I continue to walk with no visible exit. I walk and keep walking. In a place that seems to be the deepest part. I find him sitting, looking like he's in rejection of everything. I get on my knees and get close. All these memories are mixing too much. Who am I? Who is he? I can't even remember that, but... I'm here for you. I know that fact for certain, and announce it simply. Then...
No, I'm fine like this. If I return, I'll gain emotions once again. I don't want to know something like that. I don't want it.
He had supposedly abandoned everything, but continued to speak like he's lamenting.
I thought that emotions were a more beautiful thing. What they obtained, such a painful thing. I'm sure even love is something that causes unimaginable agony. I was trying to learn something that produces agony. I decided on my own that it's beautiful. I was dreaming. I was a fool.
I couldn't deny it. But in exchange, I can't give up either. It's true that without emotions, you could live more efficiently. You probably wouldn't go through suffering, but my consciousness feels like it could break at any moment. But there's one thing I can recall. Oh. Without emotions, I would never have seen you smile. I would have never known that I like your smile. That wonderful smile warms my chest just remembering it. You received my words with a confused face.
You like it? After learning such a truth, even knowing that my existence is false? You're wrong. This must be some sort of mistake. Such an emotion is for someone like those two, for unsullied lives. Someone like me, with abilities only for slaughter, a nameless puppet, could never be granted such a thing.
I don't need that. Neither that reason nor that logic. I just don't want the emotions you learned to be stolen. Not by God or anyone else. That's right. I want the one to teach you to be me. That's the one thing I can't concede. So let's think about it together, okay? About the answer to what love is. The moment my voice echoes through that space. Oh, he's crying! Not anime tears. But real tears. Large drops begin to overflow from his eyes. He starts crying like a child. Even his accurate imitation can never express such a thing. The voice of sadness he couldn't express from having lost his friends. He's confused by the emotion he gained for the first time, and I embrace him.
Why? Why would you say such an unkind thing? After I told you so much that I don't want it. Even knowing that ahead, I would only know suffering. You still tell me to gain a heart?
Yes. At my unfair pressure, he resists with an even more sorrowful voice.
I don't want that. I don't know. I don't want to know. I thought that's what I wanted. Yet I can't help but seek it. Even I. If it wasn't you, I wouldn't. But I want you to teach me love. The weight of these emotions. That it surely isn't a worthless thing. That it isn't meaningless. I want to prove it with you and not anyone else.
As he shouts with a trembling voice, I embrace him harder. Yosh, hug the baby.
My chest hurts. I'm suffering.
Yeah, I know it hurts. But that's one step towards the emotion we seek.
Then, a name. Call my name. Who am I? A weapon? A puppet? A fictional person? If I don't know who I am, I can't go anywhere. I can't grasp your hand.
From among the many memories I sift through to his smiles to remember and declare, "You're ill. Ill of Enchante. The person who, from the bottom of my heart, I love the smile of."
Then you are Kotone. 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 The Kotone who gave me my smile. The person I want to cherish, to learn more emotions with, even if it's painful.
A clear singing voice rings through the tower. The angels. The visitors from another world. That time, in that moment. Stop their movement and listen to that song. The song of resurrection. The sign of a new life being born. He's back. Okay, his wings are back too. They're not completely black, but they're just tinged. As though protecting me, large white wings stained with black flap.
Impossible! How?
While it was a long talk for us, it seems to only have been a moment in this world. The sudden shift leaves Solitis speechless. To him, Il answers without any fear.
It's simple. I fell once again. That's all. And it's different from last time. This time, it was by my own will.
You fell by your own will? That's not...
It is possible. Solitis, my other wing, symbol of my tragedy. Unfortunately, I won't be following your guidance any longer. I walk by my own will. I don't care if I'm not a perfect individual. Even if I'm pathetic or foolish, I'll cry at unfairness and resist. No matter how many times I'm reset, I will simply fall again. And even if I can't return...
He didn't want them to die. He didn't want to give up. He wanted to live with them. I'm sure Il, when he executed his cherished friends, wanted to shout such words, but couldn't. Alright, Apostles of Recollection. Apostles governing knowledge. Where a man and woman form one angel. They fell due to love for each other. Until their final moment of judgment, they did not fear Il, sharing their warm emotions with him and giving him the chance to gain his own emotions. But now...
I know the me who is born now will continue to live somewhere in my heart.
He's able to express his own will as words. With Il's melody, Solitus holds his breath. As he stands dumbfounded, Il hits him with relentless arrows of light, then picks me up and flies outside. Right, we left him!
Hey!
Seems Epilogue had woken up sometime without our notice and calls to us as he leans out the entrance we just left him behind.
You. Erengi, was it? Thank you very much for assisting her.
Does Ilmus not go with names? He did that with Dromi as well, just kept calling him Dromies.
It's Epilogue, you idiot! You only got it half right. Are you really the Angel of Judgment?
Oh, my apologies. Well, we can save such trivial details for later.
It's not trivial! Epilogue shouts such things, but Il magnificently ignores him.
Before Solitus regains consciousness, you should use the wormhole in that room to take refuge in the human world. Well, I have no idea what region you could be thrown to. It's safer than remaining in the tower.
I know that, but... why don't you just escape through here?
That wormhole is very unstable. It may close if even one person goes through.
Then what are you gonna do?
I was considering going to the tower's summit with her.
Huh?
Huh?
Well, what he declared with a smile is beyond anything I expected. Il doesn't wait for Epilogue's answer, and more than even Miser, he begins flying at an insane speed. Il? Are we not meeting up with the others?
Since Canis and the others can't fly, Solitus would catch up quickly. And if they pursued and found the gate, we could lose the means to return to the human world. Also, while we're here, I have to fight to pick with God.
Wait, are we just gonna... Are we gonna destroy God? A fight?
Yes, you could call it a late rebellion. Humans know all about this, do they not?
This is a little bit more than a typical teenage rebellion, Il. That's a little different. I make a strained smile. But the usual, no. Even more wonderful than usual smiles are turned by Il. My heart fills more with joy than unease at what awaits ahead. We emerge in a place where the sky opens up.
We've arrived.
Il gently descends to the floor. This is the tower's summit. In other words, the highest place in Caelm when I look directly up. The spirit furnace, which I only saw at a distance and in videos until now, is visible up close. But the silence is actually creepy. Is nobody here? The only thing here is a giant pipe organ-like instrument. So then, where is God? I'm assuming it's the device, right?
Right before your eyes.
Huh? The giant keyboard begins moving by itself. Why is boss music playing? From the countless thousands of various pipes, every tone possible sounds out and fills the world. The grand pipe organ, with no player, vibrates the air as though it's breathing. I cannot hold back my disappointment. It plays words. What? Oops. I mashed the button. Ill remains calm and speaks to me in my surprise.
It's him, created with technology from before Genesis, the ruler of this heavenly world Caelm. No, the total controller and the ultimate autonomous artificial intelligence. God, the machine that produces the angels. In the human world, it's more common to abbreviate as AI.
God's true identity is a machine? Just think of like Deus Ex Machina. Literally a machine. While I'm surprised at the same time, considering the sights of this world and the nature of ill and angels. At least part of me is in agreement with this. You were thinking of like an old man with a big beard. Instead, we got this. I affirm your explanation. Apostle of Judgment, as once more I must declare my supreme disappointment in you. By my benevolence, you are restored to your status as apostle, yet you have fallen once again. You may be a part of me, and an unparalleled individual, but you are beyond salvation.
I don't want that, and the salvation you speak of isn't the correct meaning. Let's stop this. There's no need to bring the human world into the heavenly world's perpetuity.
Wait, what? Human world? Ill, what does that mean?
When I reconnected to God, all information flowed into me. The human abduction incidents weren't only intended to find and retake me. They were experiment samples to create new angels.
So that's why they were taking people. Thought that was kind of weird.
And the wormhole on Amasaki Island was also devised by the heavenly world.
What? So wait, they're responsible for that? I thought it'd be like something with Miser, but my eyes grow wide as Illhouse has clear hostility in his eyes. Affirmative. However, I know full well that you understand the severity of the crisis which soon approaches heaven. God quietly begins to play about this world's history and his goals. Okay, chapter 4. Holy cannoli. Finally at chapter 4. This felt like a final chapter. Oh, man. I guess we're gonna get God's backstory, I guess. So man, this chapter felt, it was a lot of world building. Chapter 3, which I suppose is fair, because we didn't see any of Caelm in any of the main chapters, so like they had to build it up from scratch. But man, that was just a lot of information to just like intake and just like accept. But man, I gotta say, I'm tired. I gotta digest this, all this info that they just threw at us. Alright, anyway, we'll complete Ill's final chapter. A lot of mysteries are being solved in this story though, like the wormholes, and they just told us what the Amasaki Island incident was, like who was responsible for that. I was not expecting the angels to be doing that. Did they make the what do they call the Spartoys? Those weird skeleton things? Why? What are those all about? Anyway, I'm just going on a tangent now. We need a break. Drink some water, eat some food, and we'll continue Ill's story in the next episode. I hope you guys had a fun time with this, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.